We have Bradley King, aka Texas AG, in the house. One of the geniuses behind Upland Gaming and the Legits League concept. We're gonna get into, and I'm gonna throw the football to you first about the user-generated content, bringing user-generated value. Tell us about what made you come up with this concept. The Legits have been around for over a year, if I'm right, and we didn't see much movement from Upland itself because, in my opinion, I think they were trying to stick with their, user-generated content first. They gave us a proof of concept that these Legits can exist as NFTs on the blockchain within the Upland metaverse. So yeah, Bradley, tell us
Yeah,
about your concept, how did it come down, and how's it going?
yeah. So thanks for inviting me to chat with you. Um, yeah, so this has been kind of a wild ride for us. This kind of all started back in Genesis Week during the hackathon. There's five of us at Upland Gaming. Four of them were on the in the hackathon finals. Um, uh, Jason Manzi, J Man, he was one of the was on the winning team at the hackathon, and so him and Abstract, which is Terry and Steve and Tempest, had all kind of gotten together, and Abstract and I had a pretty good relationship, and he talked to me. I'd been talking about another project that I was working on in the athletics world outside of Upland, with some live stream VR NCAA games. And so he brought me in from an athletics perspective and said, "Hey, we're thinking about working on a project. How'd you like to get involved?" And we had a few ideas when we jumped in, and we went to Legits because it was really looking at the start of the NFL season. Had we waited, we would have been developing something for an off season. We felt like this would be more exciting to be able to chat about things that are going on live. So the weekends games are on, we can chat, we can talk about it, get people interested in football. So it kind of started from there. We all had Legits. We didn't know what we were going to do with them. To me, they were just a bunch of trading cards. I had some ideas from another soccer project that I had going on. And so we talked about it, and we really hit the ground running. Most people don't realize we actually started this project on August 4th. So we put this together in really less than 5 weeks. We hit it really hard. And I joke, I know it doesn't look like ESPN's fancy site and Yahoo and CBS Sports, but we have something functional. And I had been on Discord listening to the NFLPA chat channel, and everybody was always upset. Like they wanted more, they wanted more, wanted more.
I can imagine, yeah.
And so we feel like this is a way to give something more, to utilize those Legits in a function that that we think's fun and exciting, and give an opportunity for people to learn about football. And so I think that's kind of how we got to that point. And it's had its I'm a non-developer guy. I'm a finance accounting executive. So the development side has been a lot of learning process for me from listening to the guys. There's a lot that goes into this, and more than I could even imagine. So I felt like for week one, we've done really well. We had a few blips throughout, system not being available maybe, but we're all pretty accessible most any time. So we hit it really hard. And so I think we've done okay. We're still working through some things, running some scripts today to kind of pull all the information in, put win-loss records up from the previous week, and kind of get everybody's weekly payouts out to them for the weekly leagues.
Excellent. Wow, that it sounds like the effort is there to be able to bring this kind of collective effort to valuing the Legits, like you said, like they were just sitting around, and 5 weeks to develop something like this. That's amazing. Let's say you had 10 weeks. What would do you think you could have been able to add or change what you did?
You're going to see a lot of different things. We're going to probably be implementing some of these things throughout the season. So there will be other features that people will probably see. One of the things that's really exciting from a fantasy league standpoint, if you're familiar with, an ESPN league or CBS Sports League, is you can see the players' stats that they create. You're not seeing that right now. in our function. But that's something we should have added, hopefully over the next 4 weeks. That takes a little bit of time to be able to see, possibly pull in projections of what we think player projections will be. So you don't have to go research that on your own. You can look at it right on our site. That may be something that we can get added before the end of the year,
Nice.
but definitely something that you'll see in season 2, most likely. To be able to look back and track past performance by season, or by so we can pull in previous seasons of data to let people look at that, will be, and adding a marketplace link to our platform so that people can get right to the legit. So if they see one of their competitors in the matchup that's got like Patrick Mahomes, and they're like, oh yeah, he's been doing good, but I need to find him. We want to add a function that people can go in there and put in who they're looking for, what they're looking for, position wise, year wise, and find that memento, find out what store it's at, or even what player owns it. Right now we can go to MetaVenture stores and we can search for things, but some people own MetaVentures and would be willing to trade on the outside. But our goal is to work with the MetaVenture stores and add some value to them as well, to create some movement in that market.
That's awesome. That's amazing, because that's an ecosystem, right? That's, like we think of in nature, there's the canopy and the floor and the, all of this that works together to be able to continuously be sustainable for each other, right? Legit market and the legit store owners, and can combine with third-party developers like yourself and your team to be able to bring value to both. And transitioning into that, thank you for that spiral right there. How did you, in contact, having contact with legit store owners, what kind of movement did you hear them seeing in legit trading and purchasing?
So I don't know, to be honest, I don't think we've gotten a lot of feedback on how that's. We do know that the legit market has increased. Now, what portion of that is from us and what portion of that is from the release of Upland's collection, I don't know how that's correlating. But I believe that there was definitely some movement, because we saw it in our Discord channels of people posting and people needing legits. So we knew that was there. We hadn't seen that prior in the Upland main Discord of people trading a lot of legits back and forth.
Okay.
Once we announced the league, that started happening a lot. I need Cleveland. I need a wide receiver. I need this. I need that. So we saw a lot of movement there prior to the Upland announcement on the collection. So I believe we have created some value in that sense as well, to get the movement working on legit transactions amongst the community. I think one of the things going in the future for us too is not even necessarily legit transactions, but finding a mechanism. I say the same thing about people coming into Upland, new players. It's hard, unless they want to invest some money. It's hard for them to kind of get involved on a progress on a little bit larger scale. And so I think we want to look at that concept, and how can we provide a function, whether it be like renting legits from people to where they can play with somebody. Maybe somebody doesn't want to be involved in the league. But they have a bunch of legits and they want to rent them, versus spending 5, 10, 15, 25, 100,000 UPIX on a legit. Can we find a way to rent legits or do something in a manner that people can play and enjoy at a lower cost, and provide some value for those people in, we're seeing it right now with people wanting more from the legit collections. We want, a passive income practically. Can we offer something through our mechanism and our platform that allows that? So we'll be looking at that for year 2. Cool. Off season, people are going to be excited about off season. I think that off season is where people should, if they're not into football right now, they need to be in football when the off season comes, because I think they're going to really enjoy the mechanism we put in place for that.